Good morning. Today is day 53 of Moving Mountains beneath my feet. It's 72 days on our journey around the sun. It's 293 days left in the year, and this is episode 32. And the time went back yesterday, and so I'm actually greeted with a very beautiful before sunrise kind of moment here as I walk. And so it gets a little distracting when I'm trying to share a message and I'm in awe of the sunrise. And, I have no real idea. I had no real idea what I was going to talk about today. And it kind of just pressed record, and now it's coming to me as I say these words. Being in awe of where I'm at. Yesterday I had the most incredible day with the most beautiful people, my partner and another person. And we went down to San Juan. And man, it's wild where we live. I forget how magnificent this island is, how magnificent this ocean is in different parts of the island, because I see the ocean every day from this perspective on the East Coast here, and it's a lot calmer than it is on the other side where San Juan is. The waves are much more powerful. There's more cliffs and things, and the power and the magic of this ocean is just so clear when you're sitting right there on the edge and staring at these giant waves that are coming through, crashing down. It just feels like a dream, and this was my dream. This dream was born for me in the depths of deep, deep darkness, right? Prior to even this, any of this moving mountains beneath my feet, I was in a very, very hard place, dark place, many years ago after COVID happened. And I was once again finding myself in a very hard place, right? I had a sick person that I was taking care of, very sick. I had no job, no income. The world was falling apart. All of these things, the world was closing in on me, dealing with, death every day almost, not wondering if this person, my ex, was going to die that day or not. And I lived in that really dark place for a while. It was most of that year. And I remember that I was sitting in my living room, and I've been into meditation. I've known about Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks, and I wasn't practicing any of that stuff. I was coming out of, a major failure in my life a year before. One of the businesses that I really did well in, and I worked really hard in, and it ended up collapsing after about a year and a half. And so I was not wanting to try anything, and I was just like hiding. And really, in my life, I've dealt with a lot of failure, and I've dealt with it really relatively well. But there's been a few times, like I said before, that it just crushed me, and this was one of those times. Anyway, I say that to say this: I sat in my living room at the time. I was in Houston, Texas, Conroe, Texas, and I closed my eyes and I could imagine and see the ocean, because I've always been drawn to the ocean, always been drawn to tropical area. But in reality, I've been painting. I realize this. I've been painting the same painting since, like 10 years, maybe 15 years. And it's, a sunset scene with the ocean and the sun over the water. And in that moment, I'm talking about sitting in my living room, eyes closed. I'm imagining this tropical, beautiful place next to the ocean. And I can see all these things clearly. And I realize all these years later that I live in that place, right? I knew this when I moved to Puerto Rico. I was like, this is where, this is what I manifested this. Like, I was like, for those who don't, subscribe to that, it's okay. But I literally created this in my mind all those years before. and I drew it into my existence. And I realized that, again, I had been painting, this same painting over and over and over. And someone I care for deeply has this painting tattooed on them, which is wild. I didn't realize that till like a few months ago. Anyway, I say all of these things to say this, right? We're often in pursuit of something, right? We're often like, wherever we're at, we're not content. We want something else. There's something that we're missing. There's something that we want. And what I've been learning is that no matter what you're going after, no matter what you want in your life, the joy in getting what you want, the satisfaction of getting what you want is really in the becoming, is really in the process, right? And so I'm learning to, say, hey, I want this thing, and I really, really want this thing. But when I get this thing, what's next, right? Human nature is to say, well, I got this, now what? I need to go bigger. I need to ask for more. I need to get more. And it's like this constant, like, you're never satisfied, which is part of human nature that kind of drives us to expansion. But at the same time, it sucks all the joy out of our lives, right? It's like, how many people do you know that they tried for 10 years to get to this thing, and then when they get there, they're like, oh shit, it really wasn't all what it was cracked up to be. Well, I'm learning that in all of the things that I want, and all of the getting that I'm trying to do, that if I can find joy and gratitude where I'm at, and that I'm becoming and saying, hey, I really want this thing, and I'm glad, and I'm so happy that I'm getting closer. I feel that I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer to the things that I want, right? But I love where I'm at right now. I enjoy this day. I enjoy the money that I have right now. I'm grateful for the things that I have in this moment as I'm getting better, as I'm improving, as I'm expanding to this other place that I want to go. And what I find when I'm able to do this, because I'm not always able to do this, a lot of times, growing up in scarcity and lack, I can get stuck in that rut of lack, and that repels everything that I want away from me. But when I can be grateful for where I'm at and say, hey, like, this is amazing. Like, I really had a beautiful, amazing day yesterday, and really appreciative of the experience. And it's like, excuse me, it made the day like an experience like so much more like explosive and juicy. Like, it was just so much more to appreciate there. And it draws other experiences, and I find that I'm able to get into more gratitude and feel more joy, and other things happen. And so it's like, when I can stay in that mode, I can draw what I want into my life. And I'm about to say some, wow, this sunrise. How do I do this every time? What I was trying to say was, like, when you can find a way to be grateful for where you are, and to not put so much pressure on getting that result or getting that end goal, right? Because when you get to that end goal, what's after that, right? You already know, you've already experienced this in your life. And so the journey, enjoying the juiciness of the journey, enjoying the beauty of every day, enjoying the becoming, oh my God. Oh my goodness. These are the kind of experiences that I've been asking for. I said, I want to feel more awe in my life. And it's incredible. Like, I don't know how it continues to get more beautiful, the sunrise. But that's how my life is turning out, even though I don't have, all of the things that I'm seeking, right? And I'm lacking certain things that I'm desiring. I'm still full of joy and full of gratitude and full of happiness for the experiences that I do have, and the people, and the wonderful place that I live. And so I just want to encourage anyone who's listening to consider that perspective, and to see where in their life they might be able to express more joy and gratitude for where they're at, as they are becoming and getting what they want. And with that, I'll leave you today. I hope you have a beautiful, magnificent day today. Blessings.